Hi there, what's up? Hope all's well. Welcome to our new studio. It's been a while, but we finally made it. We're finally here with a new review, highly anticipated one, the KafaTek SDRM grinder. So this is a brand new hybrid burr grinder, conical and flat burrs, and we have so many interesting things to say about. So without further ado, let's start. So as always, we start by speaking on the build quality of the grinder, but before doing that, we're gonna give it a cleaning brush from today's sponsor of the video, iCopy Coffee Tools. iCopy, they provide accessories for coffee machines, portafilters, stampers, and everything. And today they brought new items, the vacuum canister I'm gonna show you shortly, but we'll start with the cleaning brush. It's a beautiful, tiny cleaning brush, fits your setup. They have white one and black one. You can remove the extension for the head and have it small one, but we like the brush because it's angled, it fits the purpose. So you give it a push, it turns on. Another push. And that's it. So the SDRM stands for the hybrid version burrs. For you who do not know, we spoke about DRM burrs and the grinders that include them. Feel free to check that one, tightest grinder review that we made. But for today, KafaTek brought a hybrid burrs version. Basically, you have flat burrs and conical burr in the middle, kind of giving you a mix of the both worlds, high body of conicals and at the same time the clarity of flat burrs. To start with, we're gonna speak about the build quality. Based on the feedback that we receive and our own opinion, you either hate it or love it, the design. Some people think like, it's a metal piece, it's not that many design went into it, just parts, everything is shown. For us, we really love the design, kind of the simplicity and complexity at the same time. So you have control panel here on the base, everything is here. From the side, if you look, you have an adjustable RPM knob, you can rotate it. Up here, that kind of standby knob, so if you give it a click, the grinder won't turn on. And from the bottom, you have a knob that allows the burrs to rotate on the other direction. So this knob from the side allows you to play around with the RPM. It comes as stock out of the box at 550 RPM. From the front, you have the on-off switch with the KafaTek logo, and you give it a push, the grinder will turn on. You give it a push, the grinder will turn off. There is something that's extremely smart, and many grinders are doing it nowadays. We love to see it everywhere because it really gets the job done. Having another switch that when you turn the grinder on, you finish your cycle. Instead of worrying about the retention, it will help in reducing any kind of ground coffee particles around there. So you finish grinding, you give this button a push, and it will push the RPM to the max. It's 1000, which is the highest RPM of the grinder. So as an on-off switch, with that highest RPM switch, it's really welcome. You have here the major on-off switch to turn the grinder off. This is like the major one. You have two columns that are holding the grinder's body. This is connected from the back with another cable. This is the bare motor from the outside. This is the burst chamber. From the front, you have the portafilter fork, which also what we love about the KafaTek. So we have here the latest flat burr design. We have here the latest flat portafilter from iCopy, which sits flat on the table. It has square shaped, nice one. So those two forks are adjustable. You have two screws, you loosen them and you move it around depending on your portafilter thickness. So we have here the one from iCopy. You insert it, it holds it in place. Perfect, like sleeve, works perfectly. We really love this one. And you can adjust it to any portafilter you want. It's very durable, fits the purpose, and the portafilter ears kind of give you a nice space, allowing you to place dosing funnel from SWorks design that fits the rate of the KafaTek. So it sits perfect on the portafilter. That's a nice thing about the fork itself, because some portafilter forks with different grinders, they are a bit tricky. They cover the upper side of the filter basket. They don't allow you to put dosing funnel. Here, it's no issue. On top of the portafilter fork, you have the grinding chute, which is silicone. So you can take it totally out and you have direct access to the burrs from the inside. It's silicone to reduce static electricity. Yep, and it's all the way back in. On top of the grinding chute, you have this cute little knocker. It has literally a knock design. On top, you have the grinding dial here from the side, which has micron adjustments etched, laser engraved on the color. And the cool thing about this color, it comes from the factory pre-aligned at 0.0. Basically, when you turn the grinder on, you keep going finer. When you reach 0, you're gonna hear slightly burrs are touching here. Yep, that's it. It's pre-aligned from the factory. And in case if you wanted to reset it, we go cursor, you find here hex screw shape. You insert Allen key, loosen it, and reset the grind adjustment mechanism. Recalibrate the grind color. But no need. 0 is your grind 0 adjustments. From the top, funnel shape, so you can throw your coffee beans in. You open it. It has this anti-popcorn piece. And from the bottom, you can see the burrs. So if we turn the grinder on, you can see the burrs rotating. That's for the build quality and design. In our opinion, we love it. We love the customizations, like the red color top plate. So the SDRM, it comes as stock with red color, red top color. But we got the black motor, we got the black body, the black throw whacker, and the red switch. So you go to your website, before placing your order, you can change the color of the switch, and you can kind of, even if it's not listed there, you can send them an email and customize it up to your personal perfection, like any color you can do or what they are able to do. We got on the KafaTek group forum, we spoke with a few coffee friends, asked them to share their customized KafaTek grinders, and some of them shared these nice photos. Feel free to check them. So it's a good thing that you can customize your own grinder up to your colors. We think that this red color scheme is iconic for the KafaTek and it looks really nice. So out of the box, we checked for espresso, brew a few espresso shots, tasted them. They were enjoyable up to the point. And we believe that all grinders out of the box, even unseasoned burrs, they will give you like 80-90% an idea of the grinder. And we went around 9 to 10 kilograms, I would say, with the KafaTek. So instantly we threw 6 kilograms, we tried it. We went again like 3-4 kilograms. We've tested it with extremely light roasted coffee beans. Ones like we have from Onyx Coffee Lab, they were really light coffee beans. We've tested it with filter roasts, kind of medium dark roasts. We'll show you the coffee beans shortly. And we've tested it with dark roast, basically our preferences, even fermented coffee beans, because sometimes they taste different in different grinders. We made sure that the grinder is very well seasoned, so it's like at its optimal performance. And there was an issue that's mentioned and we noticed, which is the motor lag. Grinder having difficulty during grinding. So basically, whenever you have an adjustable RPM on a grinder, when you go really low, you should expect the grinder suffering. It's not designed to grind at the RPM. For instance, there's from 1 to 1000 RPM. If you put it at 100, 200, it's unrealistically to grind at that speed, flat burrs, and expect the grinder to run through it, especially if you're going fine grinding setting and filter roasts. Nonetheless, as the grinder comes out of the box with 550 RPM, we wanted to test the range 400, 500, 600, 700, different RPMs. And we found out that around 500, 600 is the sweet spot. Ideally, as it comes out of the box, 500, 550. But the issue is that when you choose 550 RPM, with some coffee beans, I wouldn't say like the lightest, extremely light roasts, even with filter roast, like medium light or light roasts, the grinder sometimes lagged. If you put 18 gram filter coffee in there, instantly grind it in like fine espresso setting. The reason behind that is that it's really harsh beans. You are going fine setting, and the grinder feeds the beans to the burrs in a very fast approach. There's a crushing mechanism on top from conicals feeding it to the flat burrs. And remember, those are larger burrs than other companies that are doing. For instance, the DRM have much smaller burrs. We found a trick and we'll show you the process here while grinding the coffee beans. So basically, if you pour your coffee beans, you are trying like really light roast, going really fine, and the grinder lag, turn it off from the main switch, turn it on, grind again, it will grind that. So mainly the issue is that if you throw 18 gram instantly, there's a possibility the grinder will lag. What we do is something super simple. I'm gonna show you right now. So we have here filter roasted coffee beans from King Coffee Roaster. It's a Geishan coffee beans, filter roast, not the lightest out there, but they are really dense beans. So if you can see here. So for these beans exactly, if we wanted to test for espresso, we had to go around 60, 70 microns. So I'm gonna put it at 70 micron and we put the portafilter. We're gonna dose 18 grams of coffee. So we have here 18 grams for coffee, and we turn the grinder on. Remember, this is at 550 RPM, kind of the sweet spot. So what we do is that we split the dose, pour half of it, And pour the second half. That's it. Like, this is really light roast. Geishan coffee, they are dense. Go highest RPM. And that's it. There's no latency, nothing at all. Even if you went finer than that Turkish coffee, nothing will happen with the grinder. Mainly because you kind of allowed not slow feeding. And by the way, we don't recommend slow feeding with this grinder because the entire idea is that having those beans crushed by the conicals fed fast to the flat burrs. If you go one bean like our slow feeder, it defeats the purpose of the taste profile of this grinder. So you have to throw all your doughs. But when you are going 18 gram, 20 gram, split it in half. It's super easy, even without putting it in your hand. Half of it, wait, the other half, it's done. We're gonna use some kind of medium dark roast, medium roast, which usually DRM burrs, hybrid burrs, shine with this roast. So this one is from Rave Coffee Roasters. They were the visitor roaster of that video. Best 1 to 2K grinders. Feel free to check. So I'm gonna show you the roast here. Yes, here you go. So it's really medium dark, nice tasting notes. I would say even for specialty coffee drinkers, if you tend sometimes to enjoy chocolatey tasting notes in Americanos, milky drinks, or even a straight espresso, this one is really good. And let's show you here the grinding sound, in general how I use it, or the usability, and the retention. Use a different scale. This one from Varia Brewing. It's a good scale called AKU Pro. Lovely one, very nice. I've been enjoying it lately. So we need another angle for this shot. I'm gonna hold my phone. I'm gonna take photo of the scale, video of the scale. You can feel free to check it here. So it's 18.13 gram. It's a very accurate scale. And yes, we got the measurement. We're gonna remove it, pour the portafilter, tear the scale down, and yep, and we're gonna insert the portafilter, and we're gonna have the grinder start. Pour the coffee beans. Remember, this is no RDT. We did not spray the coffee with anything. We go highest RPM. We get some ground coffee out with a knocker. So as is, without any kind of RDT, especially if you are having long dosing funnel, you will not run into any issues. It is advisable to spray water, but sorry, let me stop this. Yes, let's go again. We forgot that we want to measure the retention. So it's 18.7. So that's kind of 0.06 grams, like, yeah, 0.06 gram, even less than 0.1 gram retention. It really has super low retention, and we love this. Once I go inside the grinder, I'll show you. So when we went kind of 5-6 kilograms seasoning, we opened the grinding chamber to check for retention. It was extremely clean, no retention there, barely, only on top of the burrs. And we went again like another 5-6 kilograms. I'll show you right now once we reach to the burrs. Let's get this clean and continue. To reach inside the grinder, there's no need to take the hopper or go to the coarsest setting. From the back, you have 2 screws. We remove them and you can take the entire top grinding chamber. So now we're gonna open the grinding chamber, show you the burrs, speak about them, and speak about taste wise. And each bolt of this is fixed at specific torque. So when you loosen them and you go tighten them again, it's not enough just to feel it. You should get something decent like this. We'll leave some links on Amazon if you want to check. It's a calibrated screwdriver. So basically you see here 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's torque, Newton meter torque. So what you can do here is that when you rotate, right now it's at number 2, so 2 Newton meter torque, and I'm pulling, rotating from the bottom, I'm going lower. I want it higher than that, because KafaTek team told us that they fixed these screws at 5 Newton meter torque. The most important thing is having both sides the same. Yep, I would say around 4 is good. Yep, it will sit there. So this is fixed at 4. Untighten the first screw, untighten the second screw, Once you've done that, you pull the upper grinding chamber. So this is the grind adjustment collar on the top plate. It's a heavy one. You have the two locking screws from the back. You have a look from the bottom. Some ground coffee here stuck. So this is the upper burr carrier, and you see here on top. So this kind of the most retention that you'll get the grinder, because inside it's minimum. Here on top, it's kind of where the adjustment collar and the upper burr sits. This area will be filled with ground coffee and stayed there. It will never go out. So we remove the upper burr carrier here, and you can see the inner grinding chamber. Here on top, you have the flat burr and the upper crushers for the conical burr. So coffee beans will be going here, kind of having pre-crushing or grinding basically from the conical design, grinding. After that you have the flat burrs doing their job. Never open the grinder without unplugging it, but for the purpose of showing you the process, kind of the Burrs mechanism. So here I'm going very even lower RPM. You can see how the burrs are moving, how the wipers are there. Minimum kind of coffee just there in the corners. So that's how to be working. Upper burr, grinding beans from the bottom, the flat burrs. Let's clean things up, speak about the performance as taste-wise. Before cleaning the burr carrier, one of the nice things to show is that if you want to open the grinder, first of all, be careful because you have two stability pins here that can be taken out. Those should be staying here. And those are the stabilizing points for the upper burr carrier. Now, you might forget and put them on the opposite directions, but there's a trick that KafaTek team did, is that you can see those two bottom sections has kind of angular shape, whereas the top one has circular shape. So those should go on down and that one is on top. You insert them back in place. Make sure if you're gonna open the grinder to deep clean it, because any kind of minute coffee particle from top, from bottom, even from the lower part of the upper burr carrier will affect your alignment and the grind adjustment mechanism. So if burrs were touching at 0.0, you open it, you don't give it a really good cleaning brush, they will start touching might at number 10 or 20. So that would be the reason. So we've cleaned the burrs, and before putting them, so you gave the burr deep cleaning time. They should look like this, especially the upper one. You have to make sure that there are no coffee particles are stuck here. On this surface, on the top, and here from this surface on top, no coffee particles at all. You hold the upper burr carrier. You install it in place, no coffee particles, and we're gonna bring the upper grind adjustment. This surface should have no coffee particles. It's very important. Then we place it ahead, goes right in place. You can give it push to make sure that it's sitting flat from the sides, leveled. Remember, you put at 4 Newton meter torque. Before tightening the right one, we slightly tighten also the left one, then go back to the right one, give it 4. You heard that? It clicked. A good tip to check if you missed your grind adjustment alignment, whether if it's the balls or some coffee particles, is that you remember burrs were touching at point number 0. So you turn the grinder on. Here you go finer. Remember, burrs were touching at numbers -1 after the 0, -10. So right now, exactly the same. Exactly the same. Now let's speak about taste-wise. We wanted to compare it with high-end grinders as a reference to see how it's performing taste-wise. So we had the option O, here you can see next to me, option O Lagom one. They are 102mm flat burrs. We had the SSP high uniformity. So basically you are getting here the best kind of clarity, crispness, extremely good for light roasted coffee beans. This one, the tightest KafaTek DRM. So it's a good reference DRM grinder, same philosophy, hybrid burrs. And we had the MX Cool Aris as conical burrs. We recently got the KafaTek MC6 as conical burrs. We had numerous blind testings. We wanted to see the thick creamy body of conicals, the high crisp clarity. We are speaking for espresso, by the way, for now. The high crisp clarity with option O, and put this next to the Titus to check for the difference. There was one thing that's for sure, like if I'm having the Titus, option O, and SDRM, I'm instantly tasting between them. This is even before tasting all of them. I'm tasting the coffee. This is extremely clean, crisp. It's the option O. Then I'm tasting another one. This really has high body. It's the DRM from Titus. Then coming to the third one, this is the one from KafaTek. If I had to describe them, so the main idea the KafaTek SDRM should have is that it gives you the body of conicals and at the same time juicy clarity of flats. I'm gonna describe taste notes on 3 separate occasions. So when we tried the shot from SDRM, first thing first, I felt that, yeah, this one has body when you're comparing option O and DRM. This one is kind of in between. It does not give you that heavy gooey body of the DRM of Titus, but you still have like, yeah, this is kind of giving me a feedback of conical Burrs grinder. First sip, the body is there. Then you wait until coffee is sipping through your mouth. Yeah, I can feel punchy acidity. I can feel some brightness. It's really enjoyable. Actually, like, this is what I wanted from Titus to come up with a design Burrs, something brighter, something really enjoyable. After that, you get some hint of astringency with light roasted coffee beans. Whenever I come to the SDRM, I get this feeling like this is achieving nice body. Wait a second, I'm still able to get fruity, clean tasting notes, punchy acidity. This is really nice. But at the end, I feel like there's a bit of astringency, slight bitterness, faster extraction time, like 22, 25 extraction seconds. It was more enjoyable. This is mainly when it came to medium light roasts. Whenever we went medium dark roasted coffee beans, sometimes we even preferred it over the Titus DRM. Like, tasting notes were high, the creaminess, the smoothness is still there. It's really enjoyable. I can see many people, if you are wondering if you want something new, something reliable, very nice build quality, enjoyable, user friendly, like really this portafilter fork, it's amazing. There's an upgrade one from S-Works Design. We have it on the MC6. We will speak about it in our upcoming video. Stay tuned for that. But still, even this one as a stock, this fork, insert portafilter, turn it off, highest RPM, knock few times, good to go, very low retention, extreme accurate grind adjustment mechanism. It's a wonderful grinder. We really love it, and we love that it's there in the market. To answer one question about filter coffee, so this is also a plus for the SDRM. So if you have conical Burr grinders, especially the large one, they give different consistency, they give a lot of boulders, and it's not question to have it for filter coffee. You'll not be enjoying it. The Titus DRM, that one is mainly made for espresso, and whenever we tried for filter coffee, it's drinkable, but it's not made for filter coffee. There are too many fines. Surprisingly, we had a comparison. We tried very delicious coffee from DAC Coffee Roasters. It has hints of strawberry lollipop, that tasting note. It's really fruity, delicious, crisp, and this strawberry lollipop tasting notes, you can really mess it up if you went with strong conical Burr grinder. Like the body, the sweetness might cover this punchy acidity, enjoyable sweetness, let's say. So we compared both the KafaTek SDRM with option O 102mm flat Burrs, and surprisingly we were still able to get delicious filter brew out of it. So it wouldn't be the best filter brew out there, but you'll still be able to enjoy it. When compared side by side by the flat Burr from option O, you feel that there's a crispness, crystal clear crispness from that grinder. Here you don't have it, but at the same time you're enjoying the coffee. It's delicious, it's nice, it's a very nice filter coffee. So we're gonna save these delicious coffee beans for our upcoming video reviewing all KafaTek grinders. Stay tuned for that one. So it's better to keep them fresh. So you're gonna use the battery operated canister from iCafe. So it has a lid here. You turn the button on, it will give you how many days has been the coffee there and the temperature. So let's turn the vacuum on, and sucks all the, not all, kind of relatively good amount of oxygen from inside. You give it another push, you open it. You can also give it another. You see, it senses that it's reached the limit, and rechargeable by Type-C. That's it for you. So each grinder will come with a bag of coffee beans, small bag of coffee beans complimentary. Sometimes KafaTek informed us that coffee does not arrive in time and they wish to ship the grinders, so they will be without coffee, but ours got with a coffee bag. That's a very nice touch. Comes with a decent dosing funnel. It's not magnetic, but it's high for preventing that static electricity. It also comes with a WDT tool. The end tip of the needles is really sharp. Be careful. I don't know why they did not cut them. They're really sharp, but yeah. And it also comes with RDT spray bottle and a tiny silicone dosing cup to dose your coffee beans and pour them inside. What else? Yes, KafaTek told us that their main idea behind designing the grinders is repairability. So basically these grinders are literally built for life, and they wanted to make it in a way that even if, God forbid, the company closes or vanishes, you are still able to repeat it yourself. So mainly the main part that usually gets damaged after 10 years, let's say, especially in this case of grinder, or 20 years, would be the motor itself. So this motor from the back is made from a very famous Japanese company called Oriental Motors, founded 1880, somewhere around that year. So if you want, you can, even without connecting KafaTek, you can go ahead with the company, replace the motor. So this is like main part of repairability for them. Having everything outside, you can fix it yourself with some instructions. You can do it. I doubt you'll ever need it. It's a very good quality motor. Everything about this grinder screams quality. Now to the final part of our video is to answer some few questions. We shared story on Instagram, asked a few friends, what would you like to know about the KafaTek? So let's read through these questions and answer them. So this question, the best home single dose grinder you would pick for sure. We're still searching. I think we'll never find the answer. Anti-static functionality. So I think we spoke about this, like, kind of. I wouldn't say it's the best out there anti-static because there is no plasma generator here, but it's decent. Like some grinders, I remember like the one from Fimo Book 63 that we tried. If you check this video, that one, if you do not spray water, it's disastrous. It's really a nightmare grinder. This one you saw without spraying, some static electricity on the dosing funnel itself, but you use WDT tool, all is out. If you wish to spray it, you can do that. So it's not the worst, but it's not the best. How it compares to other grinders. We kind of spoke about this. Direct taste comparison with Titus SDRM, different roasts from ultra light to light mid. If we have them side by side, Titus SDRM and the SDRM for light roasts, it depends what you like. If you really like your acidity kind of muted with the creamy body or with the chocolatey tasting note, you'll get that with the Titus. If you really appreciate like extra edge of fruitiness, brightness, you'll get it from the SDRM. So you cannot say one is better than the other. I can know why some people might prefer the Titus, but it's a different taste profile, that's the point. What else? Where is this product purchased? From KafaTek. RDT and WDT required. So I wouldn't say RDT is a must, but WDT yes. And I can say if we compare this with the Titus SDRM, because Titus has its famous volcano shape. So basically after you finish grinding, because they have all these beautiful wipers around the burrs, so it will ground the coffee in a very volcano shaped. You just can tap it, tamp it, and extraction. Basically, you can do that. But yeah, here I wouldn't say tapping is enough. You need to do WDT too. Yeah, fair point. Better than MC6. Stay tuned for our upcoming video. MC6 is from KafaTek. It's a conical burr. We'll be comparing it along Max 3, also flat from KafaTek. Burrs type, and which is the best for filter and which is for espresso. So it's not fair to speak about burrs in this video, but stay tuned for the option O video. We have 2 of them because we are comparing like 15 burr sets. That's the reason why we got 2 of them. So stay tuned for that one. Compared with Max or other premium grinders, flat grinders. We also did that, like we literally had kind of the most premium ones out there. Zerno, Z2 or the SDRM for espresso medium to light roasts. Is it the grinder that hit the spot? So it's kind of unrelated question comparing the Z2 with this, But at the same time, I think you got lucky, because when we spoke with KafaTek, they are considering the fact of offering an upgrade or an option to remove the burr carrier and having 80mm burrs inside the KafaTek SDRM. So basically you can either use the hybrid SDRM burrs or 80mm burrs. And in that case, it will be comparable with the Zerno Z2. It's an upcoming grinder. We reviewed their Z1, but their Z2 will be 80mm blind burrs. So as is, if you are comparing only flat 80mm burrs, like the one we have with the Malkonig E80, also feel free to check that video. But if you are comparing, it's not fair comparison, as I tried to kind of give you the idea. It's just different. Flat is different. But build quality, performance, yeah, this one is built like a tank, a Japanese motor, everything is made in the USA, best CNC machining quality. It's just different approach, and you have to be fair. You have to think about the price tag. Like this one is around 2,800, could reach 3K, and it's for a reason, especially if you add some customizations. So yeah, that's it for the questions. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Huge thanks to OurCoffeeShelter Team for sponsoring this video. This is their new kind of impact damper. Feel free to check their tools and benefit from our discount code. And as always, huge thanks to you in the first place for watching our videos, enjoying them. Take care. I'll see you very soon in the next one. Bye. So one of the easy ways to, one of the good ways